Hello, beautiful twin flames. My name is Caroline. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be discussing the very unique relationship between Jupiter and Juno in twin flame union, in astrology in general. And I want to start out by giving a huge shout out to an amazing astrologer. Her name is Kay Moon. She's a Western astrologer and she's a twin flame channel. She's the one who came up with this concept, and nobody, and I mean nobody, is talking about this. And, not in the twin flame community, not in the regular astrology community. The asteroid Juno of partnership and the planet Jupiter. We are going to take a look at Juno and Jupiter cycles, and I'm going to take you guys back down memory lane because it blew my mind. Not only, with my twin flame, but there's key relationships that we've been in our lives. I was thinking about calling this video, Juno and Jupiter, a divine feminine in the making. There are key relationships that we've had in our lives that definitely prepared us for this journey. And this is what's blowing my mind is to, I started looking, and oh my gosh, of course I met my twin sort of at a Juno-Jupiter conjunction when they are in the same sign, okay? I call that, there's the exact conjunction when they meet, at the exact number. But when they're sort of like within 30 degrees of each other, I am calling that a conjunction. It's divine timing. It's a union energy. And so, yeah. So I was sort of blown away, and we're going to look at when Juno and Jupiter come into conjunctions throughout history. And I'm only taking you guys back to 1993. When they make a trine to one another, when they're, like right here, they're in Libra. So when they make a trine, when there would be in other air signs, for example, when they make a sextile, these are all like coming together union opportunities. And so, and of course, we'll look at because we are in an opening right now. Juno and Jupiter are sextiling. And so, and then also when they're opposing each other and when they're making a square, a 90-degree to each other, it's absolutely fascinating. Now, of course, this video isn't going to resonate with everybody, but have a look at the dates that I'll be mentioning and see if it brings up anything. If you've had any relationships, beginning or ending during, these, openings or not, when it's a square or an opposition, and it brings to, I've started looking more and more in charts at the relationship between Juno and Jupiter in people's birth charts. And guys, I have it opposing one another. I have my Juno opposing my Jupiter, which makes a lot of sense. I mean, the divine feminines are here to work out relationships, right? And to rewrite the template. So it makes sense that it's not something that's come easy for me personally, which is a huge part of what I'm here to usher in is this new era of sacred partnerships. So we're just going to go back. This is in 1993 to 1995. Okay, you guys are going to see it's a very long window. It doesn't happen like this anytime after that I can see. But Juno and Jupiter in October 1993, I was in high school, start hanging out, they're in the same sign together. And we're going to fast forward, by the month here. So we've got October 1993. I was in high school. And we're going to just fast forward because of the retrograde cycles. Sometimes one moves backward, then they move direct. I think the exact conjunction happens in the sign of Scorpio. Hang on, they dance around a little more. She goes retrograde, and then she begins to move forward. Yes, so the exact conjunction happens in the sign of Scorpio. When I was in high school, my last year of high school, I had the biggest crush. We're going to use the word obsession because it is in Scorpio, on this guy that looks exactly like my twin. I'm not even joking. Physically, I've always known this. I've always known. I've always thought, boy, this is funny that in high school I dated a guy that looks just like my twin. And I had no idea that this was going on in the sky, right? So Juno and Jupiter made their conjunction, the divine feminine and the divine masculine, in 1994. We're going to fast forward quite a bit. I did get to date him quite a bit. He's a complete narcissist, which, hey, we have to take responsibility as twin flames for what we attract into our experience, right? So if we attract a narcissist, we have to clear that out of our field. That is how that works. That's the job of your twin, to sort of trigger that so that you can clear it. So look, this is really, really a long conjunction. It is lasting months, you guys, like pretty much all of 1994, they were together. Now they're moving. They went from being together in Libra, they traveled together through Scorpio, and now they're together in Sagittarius. There must have been a lot of twin flames coming into union in 1994. I know that most of us listening to this video hadn't even met our twin back then, but this is a very, very long union window right here. Now we're moving into 1995. They're starting to separate out a little bit, but she's retrograding back into Sag. Again, now we're in July 1995. This is the longest window I've ever seen of them together. Now I think they start to separate out. So we're at the end of 1995. So just think about, I don't know, maybe this rings a bell, maybe it doesn't. Let me know in the comments, but think of who you were partnered up with during those years. Okay, so now they start to separate out. They're one sign apart, so it's still harmonious. They're sextiling now, so there's still, good. It's all this good energy for coming into partnerships. And then they start to separate out. So now, as you can tell, they're making like a 90-degree angle. So that's called a square. So squares can be breakups. They can be, now we're in July 1996. She will, let's see, she's retrograding and then she keeps moving forward. Okay, so now now they're trining. So now we're in April 1997, and he's in the sign of Aquarius and she is in Gemini. So again, more good, reunion opportunities, or a lot of, twins will meet for the first time on these dates around these dates, guys. It's not like the exact day. Definitely, keep, it's a loose sort of, all right, so now we're in August 1997, and they are opposing. You can see Juno's on one end of the chart in Leo, and he is in Aquarius still. So the opposition. It'll get juicier, guys, when we get into the 2015 conjunction, which was the last one in Leo, because I know a lot of twins met during that time period. And we'll talk about the one that's up and coming in 2022. Of course, now we're in a sextile, so we're still in an amazing window. And okay, so now we're in 1998 and they are trining. Jupiter and Juno are trining. Again, more coming together opportunities. Oh, this is interesting because they both retrograded. Now they're in opposition again. So she's in Virgo, he's in Pisces. Okay, we'll keep fast forwarding. Okay, now we're in October 1998 and they are back into trine position, which is harmonious. They stay in this harmonious position for a good 3 months. We are ending 1998. February 1999, they're still trining. These are like amazing windows. They don't really, yeah, these are like, I bet there's a lot of twins. We're in May 1999. They are still in trining signs. Yeah, 1999 was a big year of, because of their back and forth, trining. Okay, so now she's in Capricorn and he is in Aries, so they're squaring. That's kind of the dance that they do. And then, yep, squaring in 2000. And then they fall back into a trine in August of 2020. And they stay in a trine for a few months. And then she starts to move forward again. And now she's in Pisces, he's in Gemini. They're squaring in 2001, February 2001. Okay, and now we're approaching the next conjunction that happened in 2001. So now here we are, May 2001. Okay, so in June 2001, they're in the same sign of Gemini. So I don't know that those, well, August for me is a huge date, 2001. But the window would start right here, right around June 2001. Then they start to approach again. In August 2001, I met my now ex-husband, but that was a huge relationship for me, right? Like right at the same time. I mean, I can even fast forward down to the day here. Like, yep, right here. This is the day that I met, you know, my now ex-husband. So, I mean, come on. This is who, by the way, my ex-husband has a lot of traits that my twin has. A lot, not physical like the high school guy, like the last one, but you know, yeah, I mean, these are big. I bet there's a lot of twins even who met during this window right here. It wasn't my time yet, but I bet a lot of them did. So we continue to fast forward. The window's still open here. They're still in the same sign. Now they're starting to separate out. They're still within 30 degrees apart, but she's in Leo and he is in Cancer still. And they start their dance again and they start to move apart. But this is still harmonious because, you know, we're still within like the next thing, like right now it's a sextile, right? When they're one sign apart, they're in a sextile. So very harmonious. Now he moves into Leo. They're still in a sextile. She is in Libra, but now she moves into Scorpio and he is in Leo. So now we're falling into the square. So now, I don't know, I was probably starting to fight with my husband more. Like when they're squaring, it's definitely not as harmonious. So we're gonna keep going. Let's see. So they stay in the square quite a long time, a few months. And now he moves into Virgo. So now we're kind of back into the sextile. Okay, now she moves into Sag, so we're squaring again. Okay, now she moves into Capricorn and he's in Virgo, so now we're trining again. These are good windows. So 2004, I bet a lot of twins probably met or came together in 2004. You got a big trining window. It's going on for a few months. This is lovely. We've not been this lucky this last cycle. The trines seem to be super quick and the squares are like long. You'll see, since the 2015 cycle, there's not been that many good windows, of course, right? Okay, So we're going to keep, this is an amazing, like all of 2004, they're trining pretty much. Let me just go back to make sure. This is really, okay. So yeah, look at that. Starting in February 2004, they're trining. This is an incredible window. And now they're beginning to square at the end of 2004. And now but that was a short squaring window. Now they're back in harmony. They're back into trine because she has moved into Aquarius. I've cleared the deck, by the way, guys. I don't know if I mentioned this at the beginning. I've cleared all the other planets so it could be obvious, so that we can just focus on two things here. Okay, 2005, they're still trining. Now they're beginning to quincunx, and now they are opposing. So he is in Libra, and she is in Aries. Kind of opposing still, quincunxing, back to trining. Now we're back to trining September 2005. These are all just, it seems like that cycle, the good aspects were lasting a really long time and the bad ones were short. We're kind of in the opposite cycle at the moment. Okay, so now they're back to trining in April 2006, another window. Now we are in a square. So June 2006, they are in squaring signs all the way to August, and now they're sextiling again. 2006. Okay, so now we're approaching the next conjunction, but I think, are they going to square one more time? They're kind of in the sextile for a few months here. They kind of were, look, they kind of were in the same sign for like a red hot minute in December 2007. But they don't come close enough. But although I'm sure December 2007, that could be a window for you. But they're still within 30 degrees of one another, but they quickly start moving. He's in Capricorn, she's in Sag. I mean, this is technically, they're not in the same sign, but they're within 30 degrees of one another. And then let's see. Okay, so now we are in November 2008, and they are both in the sign of Capricorn together. This is very significant for me. I met someone at that junction, ended up divorcing my husband, and look at that. I think it was more like, yeah, this is, I think, when I met, 2009, that conjunction in Aquarius. So, just look back on your life, like in the fall of 2008 and in the winter of 2009, there was a window here. Let's have a look how long the window lasts. It goes all the way to May. And then they start to separate out again. And then let's see, they're still kind of like sextiling here. Yeah, and then exactly, okay, so May 2000, now they're squaring, right? They're two signs apart. That is when I got divorced, Juno and Jupiter squaring. And let's see, now they start to really separate out again. So here now they're in a trine. August 2010, they're trining, so another harmonious window. And let's see, now they're opposing. This is not a harmonious window in December 2010. They're trining in earth signs in June of 2011. This could have been, I know a lot of twins met in 2011. This could have been one of the windows. Now they are opposing. So November 2011, they're opposing. Let's see. Now we're in 2000. I know a lot of twins met in 2012, 2013. So let's have a look at those windows. Oh, let's see. They are opposing one another right now. Let's look at the 2013 windows. So around April of 2013, you know, give or take a few months, not a few months, but let's go back here. Yeah, it probably started like, you know, middle of March because she's at 29 before she moved into Aquarius. And yeah, Juno and Jupiter are trining in air signs all the way in May, June of 2013. Now Jupiter moves into Cancer. She will follow suit though. She will be, look, she is coming into Pisces. So now we're in, you know, January 2014, another trine, a water trine this time. So they're trining, which is a beautiful, harmonious window. Now they begin to square into the spring of 2014. And then they begin to sextile. And now they are, gosh, they are sort of within 30 degrees again. So we're looking at September 2014, the harmonious window to this, we're coming into another window of conjunction. So the conjunction is really like the big divine timing. So now they're both in Leo. We're in October 2014. This is a major window. I know a lot of twins met at that time. They come really, really close. I wonder if they actually conjunct. I don't even think they conjunct. What is up with this? Let's do days. Let's nerd out, you guys. Let's do days. Do they conjunct? Oh, they're both retrograde. They're both retrograde. Wow, look at that. They're both retrograde. It's just, they're just very, very close together. I don't think they did they come into conjunction? I just need to know if they conjuncted. Let's have a look. Sorry, guys. I am really, really a nerd when it comes to this stuff. No, that is crazy. That had to have been, yeah, that is wild. They did not conjunct. They came super, super close, but they didn't in 2014. That is crazy because I look at those dates and I actually went through a breakup at that time. That was an actual breakup. It's all happening for our highest good, right? I mean, the universe will move out of the way the people that don't need to be there. Okay, so we're going to keep on fast forwarding. Oops, let's move it back to the months so that we don't hang out here too long. Okay, so I think, yeah, they start to separate out. But they are, look, all of 2015, they are hanging out together all of 2015. That is really crazy. There are a good 6 months in the conjunction window, which is, I know a lot of twins met in 2015, including myself. So in May, the exact conjunction, she finally passes Jupiter, happened in May of 2015. And although I did not meet my twin right then and there, I booked airplane tickets for the vacation in August where I did meet him. So we're going to keep fast forwarding. They're still hanging out together, and bam, here we are in August 2015, and they're in the same sign. It's just all of 2015 really is a very long union window. I want to say the last 2 months from maybe the middle of 2014 to the middle of 2015, there's a lot of twins who met at that time, and now we know why. We're going to keep on fast forwarding. So now it's still a harmonious window. They are sextiling. Everybody's getting along. And now let's see, Juno starts to move faster ahead. And here we go. Trouble in paradise, you guys. So he is in the sign of Libra relationship, and he starts to go retrograde, okay? And she is in the tough sign of Capricorn. And those are two cardinal signs, so they're squaring each other. And we're moving into the spring of 2017. And bam, the exact conjunction. This is where my twin and I went into separation. You cannot make this shit up, you guys. You cannot make this stuff up. My mind is just blown. So we're going to keep going because now, and I know a lot of twins. I know April and August of 2017 were really tough times for a lot of twin flames. There was so much going on that April. I mean, there's this transit, but there was so much more. Saturn took a retrograde at the center of the galaxy in April 2017. There was so much going on. And then in August, there was that big the Great American Eclipse. So yeah, just really a lot of stuff went on that time. And now we know also Juno and Jupiter was squaring. So that's just fantastic. And then they start to, actually, this was a little union window right here in the spring of 2018. And I had the window and I didn't take it. All in divine timing, right? It wasn't my time yet. But February, March, April, they were trining. 3 months of a beautiful opening trine window. And we're going to keep moving. And then they were opposing. And I don't know about you guys, but like summer in 2018, when they were opposing, I went a really long time with no communication with my twin, like none, just no communication. And look at that. They were opposing, not getting along. Fast forward. Yeah, that was a long opposition window. And let's see, now they're quincunxing. Now they're opposing again. See what I mean? Like now the oppositions are lasting a really long time. Whereas like in previous cycles, the trines and the conjunctions were lasting a really long time. So let's see. Okay, so now they are trining again, June 2019. That doesn't personally ring a bell for me, but that was a union window where lots of twins were probably getting closer emotionally and closer in communication, or even, reuniting or meeting in person, things like that. And now they begin to square again. He is in Sag, she is in Virgo. And welcome to 2020, where they pretty much have been squaring the entire year. All of 2020, she has been in the sign of partnership in Libra, and he has been in Capricorn. And watch this, it's just been all of 2020. It has just been one long square. I mean, can't make this up, you guys. Cannot make this up. But finally, right? Like in September of 2020, she started moving into the sign of Scorpio. Okay. So now we're talking sextile. Now we're talking harmonious energy between the twins, harmonious energy. And guys, it's on the upswing again because they're going to square one more time. Okay. So look, this is October 2020. November, this is right now. Look, November 26th, this is pretty much right now. They are in a beautiful harmonious sextile. Okay, so the energy is good at the moment. And the window, look, he moves into Aquarius in December. She moves into Sag. They keep sextiling. So there's a beautiful union window. Communication. This is not my window, I believe, but some twins are going to come into union for sure into the spring of, let's see. Yeah. So starting in April, now she's going retrograde. So he's moving ahead. He's going to go into Pisces and she's going to retrograde. So they're going to square again. So there's a window from now until April of just this beautiful harmonious energy between the twins. And in May, he's into Pisces. And now they're in squaring signs throughout the summer of 2021. But we're almost out of the woods, you guys. So, oh, hang on. When did the sextile come back online? Okay. So in August of 2021, he retrograded back into Aquarius and she's turned direct. So they're sextiling now. So now we're getting back into the good window. And if you've hung in there with me for as long as this video has gone on, December of 2021, okay, 2022, I am calling a huge union window. And I know, guys, it sounds so discouraging. It's so far, but this is the good one. Like, this is the one that you really have the wind at your back, basically. Like, you're going to, so much help from the universe. So February 2022, that now they fall into they're within, 30 degrees of one another. They're not in the same sign yet, but they're within 30 degrees of one another. March, and then in April of 2022, they're in the same sign of Pisces, you guys. Pisces is the 12th sign of the zodiac. It's, he's at home, he's not the modern ruler of Pisces, that's Neptune, but he's the traditional ruler of Pisces. So he's at home in Pisces. And she's a divine feminine who, like, Pisces. Are you kidding me? It's a beautiful feminine sign. And it's the most spiritual sign. Think about this, you guys. I am so loving this window because, let's see. So now in May, he's going to jump into Aries for a little bit, but he's going to retrograde back into Pisces. So look, they're coming closer and closer. And then she goes retrograde, right? So now we're in July of 2022. This is still a window, you guys. They're within 30 degrees of one another. She's going to retrograde, and now they're both retrograde. So he's going to pop back into Pisces right here. So now we're in November 2022. She's direct, he's direct. Okay, look at how gorgeous this is. I know this looks like it's far in the future, but it's really not. So now she's going to she's going to leave Pisces, and look at that. They enter, let's move this to the days. They enter Aries together. Oh, I'm getting so teary-eyed because Aries is a brand new beginning, right? It's the first sign of the zodiac, and it's a fire sign. It's passion. And what's missing over here is that, here, look, let's go pop it. Oh, can I do this? No, I was going to pop in the asteroid Chiron, but Chiron is in the sign of Aries. It's probably like over here at this point, right? Think about the beautiful healing energy of these twins coming together. Yeah, so if we fast forward, so I know it looks far. So it's the exact conjunction is January 2023, but all of 2022 is a huge window. And it doesn't end there. Like whoops, we're still on the days. Let's go to the months. It doesn't end there. It's really just a beautiful, long lasting window. Remember, they're still sextiling, the both of them, for a while. But I don't want to make this video too long. I hope you've hung in there with me. But yeah, there's some really, really beautiful energy for the twins coming up. Of course, we have to do the work. We absolutely, absolutely have to do the work. We have to get rid of all of our unconscious programs. One of the people who's helped me the most with that are twin flames in union, Todd Medina and Morgan Lee. Morgan Lee has downloaded a modality. I'm so envious. I'm like, why couldn't I have had that idea? Called zero pointing. Her website is just spelled out like that, zero pointing, zeropointing.com. And it is the most life-changing modality I've ever encountered. I've been feeling so much better. I've been getting along with my twin. He doesn't nearly trigger me as much anymore. Like, it's just been so much more harmonious. I highly recommend Morgan Lee if you guys are struggling or having a hard time on this journey, because we need to prepare. We do not want to miss this next big window, you guys. This is our time. This is our time. Look at that. It's just so beautiful in the fiery new beginning sign of Aries. Oh my gosh. I love you guys so much. Thank you for hanging in there. It's just, I'm basically thinking out loud and I'm recording this video at the same time. I discovered this and I was like, I've got to share this. It's just too good. So I love you guys. My information is in the description box below. If you need, if you need to reach out for a reading, I am more than happy to help you. And I will be back for the next new moon.